The guys that made this movie clearly have a soft spot for AI, so much so that they let ChatGPT write the entire script. Oh, that's not true? It just kind of came off that way because of all the exposition and lack of emotion? Okay. Well, anyway, let's talk about the creator. What's up, guys? I'm Sully, and today we're talking about the brand new sci-fi epic, The Creator. All you need to know about this one is that the story goes like this. In the midst of a future war between the human race and the forces of artificial intelligence, a former soldier finds the secret weapon, a robot in the form of a young child. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I do not think that this is a bad movie. I think the word that much more accurately describes it is disappointing. Like, I am a massive science fiction fan, and my expectations for this one were sky high, and they simply were just not met. Think about if you have a crappy meal at McDonald's, okay? Maybe your burger's a little burnt, there's a hair in your milkshake, God forbid, but you can't get too upset about it because you knew what you were getting yourself into when you walked through the door. If I'm going to a high-end steakhouse, oh baby, I'm expecting to have a new favorite restaurant and leave extremely satisfied. Maybe that's the right way to go about things, maybe not. But we all kind of go into a lot of these movies with a set level of expectations beforehand. And this one just left me super unsatisfied, and I'll tell you why. This film pulls from a lot of different inspirations. Some of the movies I was thinking of while I was watching it were Blade Runner, Ex Machina, and District 9, three of my all-time favorite movies. And doing that isn't always a bad thing, obviously. I mean, you look at Tarantino, right? He pulls so much from his favorite films and crams them into his own movies. But he's still able to go out there and put his stamps and trademarks all over the finished product. And I just feel like Gareth Edwards didn't do anything with The Creator that those movies I just listed don't already do, and in a much better way. It's basically what would happen if there was a war in Ex Machina, or if District 9 was about AI robots instead of aliens. It's one of those things where if this was the only sci-fi movie you had ever seen in your entire life and you didn't have those past film connections to draw off of, you would probably have your mind absolutely blown by The Creator. But if you're a fan of the genre, this just ain't nothing new. One of the biggest bummers about this movie is that the narrative structure is all over the place and it is filled to the brim with exposition. It is all tell and no show. We don't find anything out for ourselves. This movie makes it very clear how we're supposed to feel about these two warring factions, the events that are occurring, and the future implications. I will bet my life savings that no one is going to walk out of the theater and be like, so which side did you relate to more? There is zero nuance or ambiguity here, which makes me think this would have actually worked a lot better as a miniseries, where it has extra time to flesh out these ideas and this world, and then drops us into this story. It's all very much on the nose, so much so that it feels like they just don't trust the audience to make these connections ourselves, and I hate when movies do that. Now, this movie's saving grace is obviously its visuals and special effects. Those were incredible from front to back. Filmed on a $4,000 camera you can purchase at Best Buy and having an $80 million budget, this movie already looks head and shoulders better than any blockbuster or superhero movie we've gotten this year. Greg Fraser is our cinematographer this time around, and he most recently has worked on stuff like The Batman and Dune, so you know he has his shit figured out in that department. The guy is a beast. But that honestly makes the movie a little bit more frustrating because you see the level of effort and attention to detail put into the visual world building and these settings, and it's way more than we usually get in our average blockbuster, and it's just kind of wasted here. The performances aren't too shabby in this film. I thought they were pretty solid for the most part. There are a good bunch of actors in here. I just don't think they were given anything too special to work with. John David Washington and Gemma Chan are just naturally charismatic, and that's still able to come through. You really want to like them and be invested in their relationship, and the way the movie's structured doesn't allow that too easily, but they still have their moments for sure. And I gotta say, I don't know where they found the girl they cast as Alfie, who's the young AI superweapon the entire movie and plot is centered around, but I thought she did a great job, and I'm really looking forward to seeing whatever she decides to do next. A child actor can make or break a project like this, and I'm happy to say that she was definitely a bright spot of the movie. I just wish her performance was utilized in something I really wanted to revisit again and again. Overall, guys, I was left pretty disappointed by The Creator. Like I said earlier, I don't think that it's a bad movie, and the positives slightly outweigh the negatives for me. But when a movie has your expectations set pretty high and doesn't deliver, it stings way more than one that you didn't expect anything from in the first place. The story is nothing new, the characters are all surface level, and the degree of exposition is ridiculous. What makes this even more frustrating is that the visuals and the atmosphere are absolutely incredible. Those two aspects alone make it so that you should watch it on the biggest screen possible if you're gonna go check it out. But as a massive science fiction fan, it brings me no joy to say that this movie is a hollow shell of what I was expecting it to be. The Creator gets a Sully score of 3 stars. So that's my review of the most recent sci-fi epic. What do you think is the most underrated science fiction movie ever made? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys at the next one.